Okay, we'll finish off chapter 3 E-Maths in this video. Now, there is this thing called standard form which you learned last year. Okay, it appears in this chapter 3 of Sec 3. Okay, because we brought it down last year. Okay, so let's say you press calculator already, or they give you this number. Before that, they will actually ask you to calculate something, like maybe something divided by something or something times something. Then you probably end up with this. Let's say you end up with this in your calculator. Then you have to change to standard form. Standard form very simple. Standard form is some number times 10 to the power of something. Okay, this power can be positive, can be negative, depending on what you're given. So in this case, you see the decimal point is here, right? You need to make sure that this number here is between 1 to 10. Can be 1 but cannot be 10. Okay, so how do we do that? It must be 1, 2, 3, 4 point something, right? Then you jump 4 places. You actually let the decimal point so-called jump 4 places, right? So it's 4.56. We round off to 3SF. 4.56. So that's rounding off to 3SF. And now you see, does this match this number? If I put 4 here, it doesn't, right? Because this is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, 4 times, you know. So it's got to be a very big number. Okay? So if you were to think about it, right, this is not the answer. It should be a minus here. Okay? So how do you know whether you are correct or not? You can actually use the calculator to check your answer. I don't know where my calculator is. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, so if you think that it's 4.56, just 4.56, and then you press times 10, then to the power, okay, of let's say initially you thought it's 4, then you find it's wrong. Okay, because this will be a very, very big number. No, right? Okay, what you have here is a very, very small number. So to rectify it, you just put a minus. Sorry, wrong place. Okay, minus. Then you will be able to get the answer. Okay, of course they give you this, then you change to decimal. It is like that. Alright, which is exactly what you have here. Okay, so that's very simple. Okay, we'll do a fast one here. If it's 450, this thing, right, the decimal place is actually here. You need to bring the decimal place to here, because your number here, right, can only be between 1 to 10. Cannot be 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 4.5. And 3SF, this is 0. Okay? Take note, this 0 you must write, okay, because it's 3SF. You cannot just put 4.5 because 4.5 is 2SF. Once you have done that, you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You jump 6 places, right? So is it positive power? If you're not sure, again, you use the same method. You press a calculator, then you'll get the answer already. Okay, but just to let you know, this is the answer, okay, because this is a big number. Alright, okay, we do one last one. If you have this, then you need to move the decimal place 1, 2, right? So that you get 4.00 to 3SF. So this 00 must be written, and you move 2 places. Is this the correct answer? Of course not, because this is like 400. You press calculator, you know. So you should put a minus here. Okay? And this is 3SF, this is 3SF. Yeah, I think that's all for significant figure and standard form. Oh, by the way, significant figure, let's say you have 0.2379, whatever, right? 3SF does not include this, okay? This is 1, 2, 3. So to 3SF is 0.238. Yeah, alright. So that's all. I'm moving on to the next thing that I want to go through, and it is the next chapter 4. I'm going to finish chapter 4 in this video. Very fast one. Okay, just the basic concept. Now the line like that, okay, cuts the x axis at y and y-axis at b. So this is a straight line and it cuts this x-axis at a and y-axis at b. Now, it's good to draw a sketch. Now, how do you draw a sketch? Firstly, you rewrite this in the form, you make y the subject. Okay? So you minus 2x both sides, right? You get minus 2x on this side. You minus 10 both sides, you get minus 10 on this side, correct? Then you divide every term by 3. Don't go and put 3. Don't go and divide by 3 here, the whole thing. No. Don't write one long line and write 3 here. No. Okay? It's very hard to see when you do that. So you divide this by 3, divide this by 3, then you write as mx. And then you divide this by 3, it's like that. So that you get the form y equals mx plus c. Are we okay? Then this will tell you that it has negative gradient. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to do a rough sketch. This x, this y, right? And because it has a negative gradient, okay, and it has got an intercept minus something, so it's going to be like that, right? Okay, so minus 10 over 3. And then negative gradient. Okay, now which is my A and which is my B? Okay, so I told you, you read the question. This is your A. It has got some coordinates, and this is your B. It has got some coordinates. Okay, now I told you before, right? If I lie on the x-axis, of course I must have some x value, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I must have some x value. This is minus 1, minus 2, whatever. So I must have some x value. That means my y value is 0. Correct? Similarly, if I lie on the y-axis, I must have some y value. So your x-axis, your x value is 0, your x coordinate. Are we okay? Meaning you sub y equals 0, you get this point. You sub x equals 0, you get this point. So don't get this mixed up. It's good to do a sketch. Okay, so this is what I've done. When x equals 0, very simple. This whole thing disappears. So it's just 3y plus 10 equal this, right? Then this equation. Because this x equals 0 ma. Okay, then minus 10 both sides. Okay, don't think of bring over and don't. You minus 10 both sides like that, then divide by 3. Then what's the answer? When x equals 0, is this one, right? So this is your B. Your B is 0 minus 3 and a 1/3. Yeah, makes sense, right? Actually, no need to calculate also, you know. Yeah, because just now from your these, you know that the y-intercept is minus 10 over 3. Okay, now next. Now you can update here minus 3 and 1/3. Okay, but now I'm going to find this point. So this point y equals 0. Y equals 0 means what? Means that this fella is 0. Okay, so 2x plus 10 equals 0. 2x plus 10 equals 0 here. When y equals 0, then you can find the answer. Again, minus 10 both sides, divide by 2 both sides, you will get this. And what is this that we are talking about? We are talking about this point A. So you must state the A and B clearly because they ask you for A and B. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all. Okay, now before I move to the next part, if let's say now the question asks you to find length of AB, how do you do that? Very simple. Remember this? You have the double eyelid, right? This is the eyes, double eyelid, the nose. Okay, the nose must have this bridge, okay, and then this is your saluting sign. Yeah, are we okay? And then the X one side, the Y one side. Yeah, that's all. That's the length formula. Meaning to say, if they ask you for length, you draw the template first so that you don't make any careless mistakes here. Draw first, then you fill in all the X. 0 minus minus 5, so it's 0 minus minus 5. And then the Y minus the Y. Then you can get the answer in units. Yeah, so that's all. Okay, we have covered everything already except one more thing. Now the last thing is this. if two lines are parallel, right? One line here, another line here, they will have the same gradient. So it's very simple. So for example, I tell you this line, right? Oh, sorry. This line here is 2x minus 3y equals 0. Then how do I do it? I have to make y the subject. Correct? So this is your m. So this m is 2 over 3. So if I have another line parallel to it, then this line, the gradient will also be 2 over 3. That's the concept. Okay? Now, let's read the question. This question, right? Many people tend to don't know what it's talking about. Okay, so basically it's like that. If you don't know what it's talking about, you do a rough sketch. 5, 2 lie on another line. Okay? So 5, 2, let's say we have 5, 2. Where is 5? Oh, sorry, 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, here, 5 minus 2 lies on another line L. Okay? And this line, actually I don't know whether this line is like that or like that or like that. I don't know. You see, any of this line, this pen, right, can pass through this point, what, so we don't know exactly how it looks like. Okay, but now we know already, because the clue is this: it's parallel to this line. This line was just now that line. This one. Okay, so the whole idea is you make y the subject using the method I taught you just now, right? So that you get y equals mx plus c. So now we know already. This line is having this gradient of y equals minus 2/3. That means this gradient, don't care about the equation. The gradient is minus 2/3. Minus 2/3 is going downwards like that, right? So make this very clear. I want to make this very clear. This point here, right, 5 minus 2, it does not lie on this line. It does not lie on this line. Okay? It lies on another line. Okay? And this other line, this is the other line they're talking about. Okay? This other line, right, is parallel to this one. You get it? Okay? So don't be confused. A lot of students would think that this point lie on this line. No, it doesn't. You don't believe you go and substitute this point into this line equation. It doesn't satisfy the equation. Okay? So it is this point lying on another line, but this other line is parallel to this line that they give you. Okay? So now how do we find the answer? Equation of line L. This is L. Remember that to find equation of a line, we need y equal mx plus c. We need to find this. Then we sub in one point on the line, which is this point. We need to know this gradient. This gradient is the same, right? Like that. So we know this, we sub in. We know this x, we sub in. We know this y, we sub in. We can find the c already. That's the whole idea. Okay? It's always like that one. Okay. They can't ask you very much from there. Okay. Now, what do we do? This is minus 2. Where's x? 5 plus c. And then minus 2 is here. So it's minus 10. Oh, actually I worked it out already. Here, I worked it out already. So you sub in, and then you get c like that, right? Hey, this is not the end. The end is this one. This is what they want, because this is the equation of the straight line. Okay, are we clear? So always, if they give it to you in this form and not in this form, you do this first and divide them individually. Okay, individually, so that you get y equals mx plus c. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of this video. I'll go to the next chapter in the next video.